bit. It's been a long couple of weeks of just, it just sits there and will not go away.
Hey folks, we're live streaming on YouTube.
There you are.
Did you have it where you were just sitting there for no reason? Like,
And it was like a light switch.
yeah, I'm like sitting in the living room talking, and I see that was just like.
But I put out all my cooking clothes, and then all of a sudden I couldn't go out because I was too sick.
Yeah,
And then I was good for a week, and then it came back.
yeah.
full
It's like 10% just residing like right there.
Yeah.
You still dealing with that?
Yeah, it just won't go away. I wasn't. I even got the
That's
Mucinex,
what I-
like the
So
Mucinex,
bad.
Mucinex D, decongestant stuff. It helped. But
I feel it moving though.
My
That's
wife's
the
had it
worst
for
part.
like 3.5 weeks now. Like she's fine.
It's
It's
like-
like, yeah, hers. She got back from the UK the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and she had it then. Like she was starting to feel bad. It's been since then. She's still like, oh, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the Friday after Christmas, I went to work and I'm sitting, I gave all my people up. I'm literally at my desk with a rag. And I'm literally just sitting like this watching YouTube videos. Just,
Actually, everything's the same.
no, I don't think so. Yeah, just kick out starfish. Yeah, I don't believe so.
Who? Ryan? No.
No, he said no. Still can try and figure out why they sent the legal council attorney.
She's like 50 in leaves right now, some I get. Some I don't. But
Yeah.
it looks
Yes,
like
it actually it acts up sometimes.
It's just a quick, oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess neither Joe and Colin are available today to John Williams coming, but he's the legal counsel. And when we were doing the CBA stuff, if it had anything to do with the meeting, so I don't mind about that.
Yeah.
Looks so. Okay.
Do a temporary measure.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't do both.
Sure. Good.
Get you the real
Perfect. Thank
I
you.
had to wait like 3 months.
Hey, just a footnote, that Kozloff stuff did send an email in late last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, it's not on the list. that's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
Last Friday? Because I called her, she said thanks, and I did do my best, I guess.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, do you think we should have
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I think it's still, I think it was late to the game and you don't have all the information. They need to follow. There's no issue rolling, just rolling forward as is and then solidifying it.
And you don't want your
Right.
name surprised.
Right.
The
If
clerk
you
will
get,
let
if you
me
get,
know.
Right.
To me, it almost seems like they should be doing that because they're putting the event out there. It is that time.
Okay. Okay, if we get started?
All right, we'll call to order the Board of Supervisors reorganization meeting for January at 5:30. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, roll call. Ms. Fix.
Here.
Mr. Gallo. Here. Mr. Bittler.
Here.
Mr. Steve.
I'm here.
And I'm here. All right, reorg, temporary chairman.
Typically, Jeff, we've appointed
the manager.
the manager in this case, having Mr. Steve just resigned, I moved to appoint him as temporary chair.
Anybody have an issue with that?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, Ms. Fix.
Would I say aye? Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Twice, yes.
Mr. Bittler.
Yes.
And I'll vote, Mr. Steve.
I'll vote yes.
Okay, and I'll vote yes. Okay,
Okay,
it's all you?
all right, now, so we took care of the secretary chair. Now, to the chairman of the board, do we have any nominations?
I'm gonna nominate Jeff Rhodes for chairman as he's served vice chair for the last 2 years.
Okay, you're gonna vote, nominate Jeff. And, I'll nominate Tim. Any other nominations? Okay, we'll close nominations. We'll start with the, did you have a question? Were you stretching?
I'm itching.
Oh, okay. So we'll start off with a vote for Jeff. All those in favor of Jeff, raise your hand. Okay, we got 2. And all those in favor of Tim, raise your hands. We got 3.
I'm gonna move down, Jeff, if that's all right.
You.
Thank you.
All right, relinquish my duties to the duly appointed chair.
All right, folks, first of all, thanks for coming out. It's a little different time than our usual meetings. I wanted to welcome, in particular, to the board, Margaret Fix, who is here in her capacity in her first term. I also wanted to welcome back Mr. Steve, who ranks second to me in seniority. He has served a 6-year term and another 1-year term. I'm in my 10th year with Mr. Rhodes in his 5th, and Mr. Gulo starting his 3rd. You should all be aware that a supervisor takes an oath of office, and it's really short. Margaret's reads, I, Margaret Fix, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States, the Commonwealth, and I will discharge the duties of supervisor in Robeson Township, Berks County, with fidelity. And if you look up what fidelity means, it's a form of honesty, it's a form of stewardship, and these jobs are important. I commend Margaret for running. I have no doubt that she'll be able to uphold that high esteem of fidelity. Having said that, we have an agenda, a reorganization agenda. And the second will be a appointment of a vice chairman. Are there any nominations for vice chairman?
May I ask a question?
This isn't really the time for questions. We're in the middle
Well,
of
it
the...
has to do with Mr. Steve. Is he acting as a capacity of the township
Okay,
general manager?
I'm remiss in announcing that as well. Mr. Steve resigned effectively earlier than this meeting. Mr. Gula received that resignation, I believe. So he's in his capacity as a supervisor.
That's
Right now,
what I wanted to
right now
hear.
the township has no manager.
But
Now, moving on then to, we're appointing a vice chair. Do I have any nominations?
I'll nominate Mr. Steve.
Do we have any other nominations?
Nominate Mr. Rhodes.
Then by a show of hands, all those who, for vice chair are, who got nominated first, Mr. Steve or Mr. Rhodes?
Mr. Steve.
All those nominating for Mr. Steve, please raise your hand. Mr. Rhodes has 2 votes, I assume. So Mr. Steve is the vice chairman. Now, as I mentioned, there is no township manager. For township secretary, I'd like to nominate Margaret Fix. Are there any other nominations? All those, please raise your hand for Margaret Fix. Let the record reflect that's a unanimous vote. Item 7 with the assistant secretary, I'd be inclined to leave that go for now unless we think otherwise. Mr. Steve, what are your thoughts on that?
We should probably nominate our only full-time employee in the office,
Paula?
Paula. Because in essence, she's gonna be the default for things that come in.
For those of you who don't know, Paula is truly our only full-time employee and doing and holding up well under an extreme workload. So I'd nominate Paula, that makes sense, to be the assistant secretary. Any other nominations? If not, by show of hands, let the record reflect that's an unanimous. Township treasurer, I nominate Harold Steve. Any other nominations? If not, by show of hands. Let the record reflect that's a 3-2 vote. I want to talk about, for one brief second, the role that Harold has played the last 6 to 7 months and the roles that he just assumed and perhaps why he may be best situated for those roles. Harold was asked to step into a position that was challenging. Many of you have heard in the past that I've said the place is a mess and we have organizational problems. Well, I've found out that it's always easier to identify a problem than it is to fix it. And one of the things we asked Mr. Steve to do was to begin to identify those problems and to put out the fires, so to speak, of which there are many, too many to elaborate this evening. And he's done that, and he's done that at essentially a reduced pay and spent a huge amount of hours trying to get us where. So that's that's a thank you on behalf and a recognition on behalf of certainly me. Many people have commented that it's a challenging job. So having said that, thanks again, Mr. Steve, and we will be hoping to get additional help coming in here. Do we need an assistant treasurer? How do you think?
Would be nice to have one, but I don't know who you're gonna pick.
Anybody want to be appointed to an assistant treasurer? If not, we'll leave that go for now. There's a vacancy, moving on to item 10, there's a vacancy board chairman. And we have an outgoing chair, Tom Kime, and a Tracy, help me? Katarakis. I'd go so far as to recognize Tracy as a multiple year applicant, and I'd be proud to nominate her for the vacancy board chairman. Is there a second to that?
I'll second that.
All those in favor, let's do a roll call vote. Ms. Fix?
Yes.
Mr. Gullo?
No.
Mr. Rhodes?
No.
Mr. Steve?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes. Thank you and welcome aboard, Tracy. Okay. We have item 11, appointments. Township Recording Secretary. Mr. Steve, why don't you just briefly mention what the positions do if you can?
This person's the one responsible for making sure we get all these minutes gathered and typed and get ready for approval.
Okay, so on that issue, there are two things in particular that I was hoping to address Ms. Fix with. And one of them is the recording secretary, so I'd nominate Ms. Fix for that position. I have a second.
Yeah.
Second, Mr. Steve. All those in favor by roll call vote. Mr. Steve.
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Mr. Gullo.
Yes.
And Ms. Fix, I guess
vote
you'll vote
yes.
yes. Okay. Welcome aboard. I want to talk briefly about those minutes, Paula. Paula has spent, a fair amount of time, and with this office staff being a little short, a lot short, if you will, I'm hoping, Paula, that this will be one thing a little bit off of your list, or something that I know you could help Maggie with. She has some experience in a number of areas, but we know and we are cognizant of your workload, and we want to try and help where possible. So I think that's, a good, very good move. Open record officers. Folks, we have an open record officer that there are mechanisms, there are ways to obtain information, legal ways, which is one of, again, the reasons why I say about live streaming and on YouTube and archiving that. There are other things that people may want to get from time to time, residents and otherwise, that follow a legal process to do that, which frankly was a good idea, and this remains a good idea, but has been, in my opinion, somewhat abused. Finding that balancing act is tough because we are under certain legal obligations. Having said that, it can be tough. Mr. Steve, who's our acting open records officer? Or do-
Well, I think it was something that was shared by Paula and myself. But there's weeks when this could be a full-time job.
That's what I meant by the abuse, folks. We got
And we're coming up on that cycle where we just did the RFPs. Well, guess what? Everybody and their brother is asking for information about the RFPs. Who we selected, we haven't even done it yet.
one thing we're going to do on a board going forward is when we use the term RFP, most of us here may know that's a request for proposal. Jeff, can you slide me that stuff?
Yeah.
So a request for proposal, we're sending out asking the world, do you want to work for us? These are just part of the request for proposals that we got back. Some dated December 22nd. We put deadlines on, but it is a lot of material. So in a response to open records, people want to know whatever information, is at the township and how they can get at it. And, I believe that we should be at all times as open as humanly possible, because that's what I think is best, and I think that's what the law requires. Having said that, it's very taxing and consuming. It can be certainly cost heavy. But who do we want to put in that position? Does anybody have an idea?
When Colleen got sick, we ran into problems because she had all these jobs. When Warwick got sick, we had the same problem all over again. And I thought at that time, decided we would divvy these jobs up
We would divvy it.
amongst some of these, amongst the supervisors. If nothing else, the actual job, but the assistants.
So I'm not sure what you're.
So for instance, I'm saying, if somebody doesn't want to be the open record officer, maybe they would be the deputy.
Well, either way, somebody's going to have to do, quite a bit of work. So at times we've had our solicitor respond to some of those, but you're going to hear a theme throughout this year on essentially trying to control costs, trying to reduce costs, with trying to balance what essentially we are, which is more or less volunteers. We do get paid how much, Mr. Steve, per meeting?
$50.
So we get paid $50 for here, and I don't think anybody does this for the pay, but taking on more and more work, requiring more and more time, sometimes the documents are not necessarily at our fingertips. There's stuff that people need to look for and research. So, does anyone have any ideas on filling that position? If not, I'm going to move on for a second to the township deputy, which would kind of be a second. If we can't find a first, it's hard to imagine necessarily a second, but if somebody wants to do that. Let's go to the municipal authority. Folks,
That's the secretary. That's already decided.
okay, so C is decided.
Whoever the secretary is for the municipal authority is the open records officer.
Okay, so we're on municipal deputy open records officer. Is that the same thing?
No, you could appoint somebody as a backup. My guess would be it should be either the township guy or the deputy township person.
All right, well, let's hold that one as well. So we now have an EAC liaison. EAC, Environmental Advisory Council, is a little unique where it has a non-voting supervisor in its makeup, in its chemistry by design or by ordinance. Is there any supervisor that wants to sit on that board? It's not required, but it's permitted. Having heard none, we'll move on to a Geiger Town Area Joint Authority. That's a sewer authority, and who's the supervisor? Is that you, Mr. Steve? You've done that in the past?
Yeah, I actually sat on the board for 10 years.
Do you want to do that again, or no?
I can if no one else wants it. I mean, that's not.
Is anybody on the board fighting to be a sewer? Okay, Mr. Steve, you can start year 11. All those in favor of Mr. Steve to the Geiger liaison, please raise their hands. That's a unanimous. Okay, so I think we're on item H on our agenda, which is engineer for the Township Park and Rec. Currently, we have Kraft, correct?
Correct.
Ryan Rhodes, and I'd move to reappoint him to that. Do I have a second?
Second.
A bunch of seconds. You know what that means, translated?
Yeah.
That means that we're satisfied with Kraft Engineering and both his advice that he gives and his demeanor. We don't always necessarily, maybe we don't always like the opinions we get, but we get them, and he's done a good job here. So let the record reflect that's a unanimous appointment of Ryan Road through the engineer for Park and Rec. Okay, code enforcement, building and zoning officer.
I think that there are a couple of groups on here. There's 3 of them on the list here.
Okay, now, we're talking about,
RFPs.
okay. So
Now, I think that there's interviews that need to be done, because the township has an ordinance that spells out what these guys are supposed to do, and it has not been being done.
Okay.
And the
so-
staff has picked up a tremendous amount more work as a result of that failure.
So unless something has jumped out at one of my colleagues, what I'd like to do is move to continue our existing relationship. There was a increase in those fees that was a result of the 3rd year, I think, that they've done it. Most places will lock in prices for a year or two. So the solution that I think is best at this point is to reappoint them for a 60-day period while we evaluate these requests for proposals, maybe do interviews. Does that seem satisfactory to everybody?
I'd be happier at 30, but.
Yeah, I'm not pleased with Technicon's work in that department, financially and results, so we can't let it go blank.
No, it's not going blank, but Mr.
What?
Steve would prefer a more aggressive schedule of 30 days. I'm hoping we can find out more, about, we have struggled with a few things. I'm not pleased with certain things either. So 30 days is fine with me. Let's do a roll call vote on a 30-day appointment to Technicon. Ms. Fix,
Yes.
Mr. Gillo,
No, there's
Mr. Rhodes,
no.
Mr. Steve.
I'll give them 30 days.
I'll give them 30 days. We have to keep things processing. I'm sure that they will understand what some of our concerns are.
And in 30 days, we can go back and reevaluate any of
Well,
these, right?
we can still analyze the other 2 on the list
Yeah.
and see where we're at.
All right, for an alternate, who do we have now?
I believe that we have SDE.
All right, well, let's keep them unless somebody else has an issue. You're okay with that? All right, so then we'll entertain a motion to keep as an alternate systems design engineering, SDE. Do I hear a motion to that effect?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Steve makes that motion, and anybody second that? Mr. Gillo?
Sure, I'll second.
Okay, by roll call vote, Ms. Fix,
Yes.
Mr. Gullo,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes,
Yes.
Mr. Steve,
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Okay, emergency manager coordinator, that's currently Galen Brown, and he's been appointed by the governor, is that correct?
That's correct.
We believe he can still serve and is willing to serve?
Yes, he
Okay,
did.
so that
I can't say
doesn't require any formal action on our part, correct?
No.
Interesting.
Okay, for deputy emergency management coordinator,
I would like to see Nick Raypack and Brody Wortman
Okay.
continue.
so,
And maybe out of one of the 2 of them, we can get somebody that would be willing to take over when Galen goes his time.
Did both express interest in?
I've talked to him in the past. I tried to email him today, and I should probably emailed him before that.
well, they can always
He
decline
did contact
serving.
me and asked me to send him the schedule of classes.
So I'll make a motion then that we appoint as deputy emergency management coordinators Nicholas Raypack and Brody Wortman. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor by roll call vote, Mr. Steve,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes,
Yes.
I'll vote yes, Mr. Gould,
Yes.
Ms. Fix.
Yes.
Okay. Item M, our sewage enforcement officer.
Once again, we probably should do the 30 days there and reevaluate that.
30 days with Technicon.
Technical.
So that's a motion, Mr. Steve, to appoint Technicon to 30 days.
Yes, it is.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Ms. Fix. All those in favor by roll call vote, Ms. Fix,
Yes.
Mr. Gullo,
No.
Mr. Rhodes,
No.
Mr. Steve,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. Who's our current alternate sewage enforcement?
SDE.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we appoint them as the alternate.
I'll second that.
All those in favor by roll call vote, Ms. Fix,
Yes.
Mr. Gillo,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes,
Yes.
Mr. Steve,
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Okay, Item 11A, we have 3 residents, Robert Horst, Dave Weld, and Robert Caldwell, that expressed interest that they will be willing to serve on any position that's open. Right now, we're looking for, moving on to 12A, is a solicitor for our Township Planning Commission and Park and Recreation Board. We received two applicants. One was late, our existing solicitor was late, and then we received one from Brumbach, Mancuso, and Fegley, a law firm that I was impressed with. So I'm going to make a motion to approve Mark Marola and the law firm Brumbach, Mancuso, and Fegley as our solicitor for the Planning Commission and Recreation Board. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
By roll call vote, Mr. Steve,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes.
No.
I'll vote yes. Mr. Gullo.
No.
Ms. Fix?
Yes.
Okay. Solicitor to the Robeson Zoning Hearing Board. Currently, it's Eugene Orlando. They have some ability, to pick their own solicitor. So at this point, having not heard anything from them, we'll reach out again, but I'd entertain a motion to appoint Eugene Orlando as their solicitor.
You make the motion, or you're looking for one?
I'm looking for one.
I'll make that motion to keep
Scott?
Eugene Orlando.
Mr. Gullo keeps motions to keep Mr. Orlando,
I'll second.
seconded by Mr. Rhodes. All those in favor by roll call vote, Mr. Steve,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes,
Yes.
Mr. Gullo.
Yes.
Ms. Fix.
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, voting delegates and attending delegates to PSAT's convention. PSAT's, Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors. An organization which, much like several other organizations, are set up to assist townships like us. Ms. Fix, may I impose upon you to just say one small thing about what you learned at PSATs?
Yeah, I attended a class at the beginning of December, and basically it went over how this meeting would operate, how we're supposed to, make motions, and code of ethics, everything that you need to know basically. And then over 2 Saturdays at the end of this month, beginning of February, end of January, I'll be attending 2 full days of classes so that I can get more information.
I feel like I shouldn't be asking this question, but I will. Is that something that we've paid for, or you paid out of your pocket?
Harold set it up for me, so.
So the township routinely pays some of the training costs and things like that. Sometimes we just gotta remember to ask. So good, thank you
I
for,
appreciate that the township sent me there, and I feel like I made the most of it. I was writing notes the whole time and looking over it today, so I do appreciate it.
well, thank you, that's money well spent. So, having said that, would you be willing to be an attending delegate or a voting delegate of the convention?
I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that means, a voting
Okay.
delegate.
Well, they make rules, so they didn't teach you that in the last 2
Not
days.
yet.
They're gonna get to that, they're gonna get to that part. What that is essentially is, there's a big meeting, a convention, and they decide on a bunch of different things, and you can either be someone who attends, or you can attend and vote. And some people find it very helpful, very interesting, very informative. That's a way that the township gives feedback.
Okay.
Now, you're relatively new, but I think that's a good thing to bring in fresh ideas and do some new things. So it's not something necessarily you have to decide tonight. Is anybody else interested on the board? If not,
I would be interested in attending, but I don't feel comfortable being a voting
That's what I was
delegate.
gonna suggest, try attending.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I know enough.
well, you can always attend and not vote if we have nobody else. That way, if you feel comfortable between now and then, you can vote. So I'd move Margaret Fix as a voting member to the 2026 PSATS convention. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor by roll call vote, Mr. Rhodes,
Yes.
Mr. Steve,
Yes.
Mr. Gillo.
You're good?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Yes.
Is a yes, Ms. Fix?
Yeah.
And I'll vote yes.
I have like a big block here.
Yeah, I guess the rest of that could be taken as authorizing the supervisors to attend the PSAS convention.
No one expressed an interest to go.
You didn't ask?
Oh, I thought I did, but does anybody else want to go?
I would like to go.
As many years as you serve, what are you hoping to learn, Mr. Steve?
I don't care what, you always
can
learn
always
something you
learn
didn't know
something.
before.
So you wanna be an attending delegate?
I just gonna attend, I don't.
Well, attending, right.
There you go.
So I'm
And
gonna
that-
make a motion to make Mr. Steve an attending delegate.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor, Ms. Fitz,
Yes.
Mr. Gullo,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes,
Yes.
Mr. Steve,
Yes.
and I'll vote yes. I think we're on to item 14 of our agenda, our planning commission. We're appointing for a 4-year term 2 positions. There's been 3 letters of interest, and I'd like to make the motion to appoint Bill Meister and Bob Seal as 2 gentlemen that kind of, I don't want to say old and new, but no offense, Mr. Meister, if you're listening, you're not old. I'd make a motion to appoint those 2 to those positions. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor by roll call vote, Mr. Steve,
Yeah.
Mr. Rhodes.
No.
I'll vote yes, Mr. Gillo,
Yes.
and Ms. Fix.
I'll vote yes.
Can you do the roll call? Can you solidify which way you're going? Makes it a little harder. You went that way,
That's
here to there.
a deliberate tactic on the chair's part
Trying
to
to
keep everybody paying
You're
attention.
making her write
Well,
notes. I know how that goes. I like to go one way or the other.
Actually, it's supposed to be done alphabetized.
Oh, yeah, well,
that's
they
too
didn't,
hard,
they
so.
didn't say that at PSAT. So moving on then from the planning commission, we are going to Gaja, again, Town Area Joint Authority.
Okay, can we hold this, and the reason I say that is because their
They're
terms of
reorganized.
office have been kind of awesome. And they were supposed to meet in December, we're gonna put this on, we're trying to reaffirm all their positions. Somehow or another, when Union started theirs, they appointed everybody in that year, but they didn't count that year. So all the terms were messed up.
Okay, so we're
went through-
gonna table that.
I think we should until they're gonna do a resolution themselves
All right.
to determine what is where.
All right, so we're on to 16, Park and Recreation. We've got 1 position and 1 applicant. I'd entertain a nomination of Joshua Hughes. Harold? Did I hear?
Josh Hughes?
Yes, did I hear a motion or did my hearing
Oh,
thing?
yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay, I'll second that. Mr. Steve?
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Mr. Gullo?
Yes.
Ms. Fix?
I'm going to abstain.
Can you offer the basis for that abstention, young lady?
That is my fiance, and I don't feel like comfortable voting on that.
So we have a fiance in the room. Motion carries. Welcome aboard, Mr. Hughes. Raise your hand. There you go. There's a fiance. All right. Moving on to the Environmental Advisory Council. There's 3 positions, but we've discussed earlier the supervisor one. I'd make a motion to appoint the 2, Mr. Horst and Mr. Weld, to those 2 positions. Do I have a second?
I don't see that.
Yeah, they're
they're
applicable for any position. They're up for any position, and that's a position that's open.
May I ask, how many
So hold
applicants do
on
you
a
have
second till we vote on this. Do I have a second?
But I don't see them in the letters of interest that we received.
We have received letters of interest. If you look at item, we had 3 letters of interest that were,
The blanket?
yes, yes. They'll take any position, and I think they're well suited to that position. So that is a second, Mr. Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, by roll call vote, Mr. Steve,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes,
No.
I'll vote yes, Mr. Gillo,
Unfortunately, no, I don't know anything about those 2 individuals.
Ms.
But
Fix.
the resumes
I
were
think
included.
we owe it to people to have a little bit more discussion on it.
Yeah.
So I will vote no right now, but I think that if we could just discuss a little bit more about Weld and Horst, and then as well as the other applicants, I think that would be fair to them.
Okay.
I don't know if that's, I guess that's a no. for now.
Well, you gotta vote yes or no.
Yeah, so that's a no, but
Okay.
if we could discuss right now, that would be
So
awesome.
the motion at this point doesn't carry. In terms of Mr. Weld, he's been a longtime Boy Scout, ardent environmentalist, and I believe a real credit to the community that I think brings a lot and offers, as well as Mr. Horst, a diversity to the
Can
board.
we have those two come in and speak on their interest in this position? And
They've sent blank interest, they're willing to
That's
take
what I
any,
mean.
and that's frankly the board with the most positions.
Mr.
So-
Weld, the tenant of your building as well?
Yes, Mr. Weld's a tenant of my building, yes. Mr. Weld's here. Do you have anything you want to say, Mr. Weld? You think you'd be good on the Environmental Advisory Council?
Yes. I'm the council commissioner of Hawk Mountain Council, as well as the vice president of operations. Under my tenure there, we've put together conservation easements for the Hawk Mountain Scout Reservation to the tune of about 500 acres. I've worked with Burke's Nature Conservancy. I've have connections with the Pennsylvania Game Commission, and I'm used to the idea of conservation and also dealing with the out of doors. And I think that, you know, that information, that experience could make this an effective piece of the board. And it's not a, you know, there has to be a balance between private needs as well as development, as well as conservation for this area. And with the conservation work that we've done at Hawk Mountain Scout Reservation, I've learned a lot as to how to get things preserved and conserved over time. And I think that, I have some unique abilities with this
Okay.
subject.
Well, thank you. Mr. Horst is not available, but there's a motion on the,
Can I say something, sir?
hold on, let us vote, and
Well,
then,
before you vote, you had the opportunity for one of the candidates to speak.
right, one of the candidates that was nominated, if you're on that, Mr. Khan? Yeah, you were not yet nominated, and maybe you will be, but not as of yet.
Of the three boards that I was up on this year for termination in 215 to 225, looks like I'm not on the vacancy board. You didn't bring up my name once as a candidate for the planning commission, and now you haven't even mentioned my name as a member of the advisory
I think it's in,
council
I think
that
it's in
I'm
our,
currently
it's in
on.
our minutes here. So what I'm looking for is, there was a question for, it's in our agenda. What I'm answering your question is, there are three positions available, one of which is the, good evening, Mr. Hatta. One of them is a requirement of a supervisor, which none, so there are essentially two positions open, the way I interpret that. Is that correct, Mr. Steve? There are. One of which no supervisor intended, so there are two opening. Mr. Keim is interested. Hopefully, Ms. Fix.
As I understand, Tom, you were the liaison from the planning commission. You weren't a board member.
Well, that wasn't really laid out when I put my letter in, because you already took me off of the planning commission, so I can't be a member of the liaison from the planning commission if I'm voted off. So, the letter that I put in, which I put in three, one for the vacancy board, one for the planning commission, and one for the environmental council. I was township manager for almost 10 years. I've been on boards of this committee for almost 50 years. And tonight, that didn't count at all. I'm off all three boards. So to make your point, I was on the liaison. I put that letter in to stay on the liaison, but apparently I can't because I'm no longer a member of the planning commission that I'm supposed to be here for in 1 hour.
I think that's inaccurate. Mr. Seal will be staying at 7, is that correct? And Mr. Meister hopefully will be here. So Mr. Horst is not here. I'm again going to make a motion to appoint Mr. Horst and Mr. Weld to the EAC. Do I have a second?
I'll second it again.
Mr. Steve will second it. All those by roll call vote. Mr. Steve?
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
No.
I'll vote yes. Mr. Gullo?
No.
And Ms. Fix?
I vote yes. I really liked what Weld had to say, and I hope that it brings a diverse perspective to the board.
Okay. Zoning Hearing Board, we're on item 18. Zoning Hearing Board, we have 1 member, 2 applicants, Doug Ray outgoing, Richard Fix expressed interest, is here this evening. So for the fill that position in the Zoning Hearing Board, I'll nominate Mr. Fix.
Second that.
All those in favor by roll call vote. Mr. Steve?
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
No.
I'll vote yes. Mr. Gillo?
Yes.
And Ms. Fix?
I'll abstain. And
Okay.
I'll abstain because of relation.
It's her father. So, on the zoning hearing board, Mr. Fix, congratulations. Board of Auditors. Mr. Steve, what can you tell us about our Board of Auditors?
Board of Auditors are elected officials.
So, they're on here for informational purposes or what?
Yes. Now, what is gonna happen here, though, is one of the auditors, who was elected by a write-in vote, has,
Decline.
his decline. And I'm waiting to hear back from the county as to when they're going to accept that letter.
All right, so the same applies for
We
19.
can appoint that person sometime in the future.
All right, so the same applies for 19. We have to do an audit by a CPA, Certified Public Accountant. And we've had issues with that before?
The CPA,
Yes.
we've had some issues, but we have a 3-year deal with them,
So,
and no one else
so we're
applied.
in the second year of that deal, is that not true?
That is correct.
All right, so no action needs to be taken on that.
Well, I think we still need to reappoint them.
Okay. Is that a motion to reappoint them, Mr.
It
Steve?
is,
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, Mr. Steve?
yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Mr. Gillo?
Yes.
Ms. Fix?
Yes.
All right, folks, we need to establish a bond for the treasurer. It's something we need to do every year. I can't tell you the exact cost on that.
Yeah,
But-
it's about $2,000.
It's about 2,000. It is required. So we need a $2 million bond, and I'll make the motion that we obtain that. What's the nominee stuff here on there?
What's the what?
It talks about a nominee.
I think that was wrong. It's just a
Yeah,
copy
it's
paste.
fine.
We got an error. All right, so I'll make a motion that we obtain a treasurer's bond in the amount of $2 million.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. We've got a series of resolutions we need to do to keep the township functioning, and that's a depository for township funds. Will this be resolution 2026-01, Mr. Steve?
It have to be.
Yeah, you're right. Unless somebody stuck one in, we weren't looking.
All right, so resolution 2026-1 approves depositors Tompkins, Fulton, for 2 different types of funds at the township. Do I have a motion to accept them, to appoint those?
I'll do that.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Let that reflect the unanimous. Appointment of a CPA then?
Appointment of CPA, did we?
You need a resolution 2026-2?
Yeah, so it's Zelensky, Axelrod.
And they performed last year, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, Zelinski, and do I have a motion to appoint Zelinski and Axelrod?
I'll make the motion.
Resolution 2026-2, moved by Mr. Rhodes. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Gullo. All those in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, local tax collection law. We need a resolution 2026-3. We need to collect some money. Do I have a motion to adopt that resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Gullo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right.
I would just like to mention, sooner or later, we're gonna have to do this, or we're gonna end up like, Conroe raising, taxes 23%, and if somebody else did 18%.
What are you suggesting, Mr. Steve?
I'm suggesting that we're spending more money than we have coming in.
All right, at the outset of this meeting, you may have recall me saying that we are going to look to ways to cut down, ways to better spend, if you will. A tax increase for me is always the last resort. I have concerns in the past with the way we've spent money, and hopefully some of that will get better. That's all I have to say on that for this second, but Mr. Steve is accurate in his suggesting we're spending a little more than we probably should. Township fee schedule, item 25 on our agenda, resolution 2026-4. We have a fee schedule, including an IRS mileage rate that we try to keep overall as reasonable as possible. So I'd entertain a motion to adopt that resolution.
I think that we should, hold that until we pass the ordinance on Thursday, allowing us to up the
Adjust
fees
the fee.
on other items.
Agreed. I agree with that.
All right, and that can wait, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Item 26, we have a discussion, or we have some reference to a township manager's salary. Without a township manager, we have a budgeted amount, but without a manager at this point, I think we can move past that, can we not?
Yes.
All right, chief of police salary, that's a resolution. What can you tell me about that, Mr. Steve?
Well,
At this particular point,
we don't have a chief of police, so we don't have to set a salary.
we have an acting chief, Rimby, correct? Is that correct? Acting Chief Rimby?
Yes, Mr. Bennett.
Okay, well, at some point, we're gonna need to discuss that and the future of that in more detail, but I guess if we don't have a chief, we can't set a chief salary. So I think we'll have to move on. That resolution will also hold. That is page 9 of the agenda. What else must be done, at least on the appointments? We now flip to the main agenda. Or other business, item 3, is that correct?
Yeah, we have, number 24, did we pass over that, or?
No, I thought we approved that.
Yeah, we approved that.
Okay,
That was the local collection, that's where you made the comment.
yep, okay.
All right, there's item 3, there's other business. I'd make a motion to revoke and repeal, not repel, repeal resolution 24-06 relating to audio and video recording. Do I hear a second on that?
I'll second that.
All those in favor, Mr. Steve,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
All right, yes, Mr. Gillo,
Yes.
and Ms. Fix.
Yes.
Okay, for those of you who are not aware,
Yourself?
say that again?
You made the motion, but you don't think you counted your vote.
He did.
Oh, did you?
All right, we also have a second agenda item, and this is a special exemption application before the zoning hearing board on Ms. Joy Breitenstein. And I'd make a motion that we authorize our solicitor, and that solicitor is Mark Marola of Broomback, Mikowski and Fegley, I'm sorry, that he review that application, intervene if necessary, and take action to enforce the township rights as it relates to that property. Do I have a second on that?
I'll second that.
All those in favor by roll call vote, Mr. Steve,
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes,
No.
I'll vote yes, Mr. Gillo,
No.
Ms. Fix?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, yes, my voices.
Okay, so we're gonna direct Mark Marola. They are the solicitors of the township. We appointed them as the township solicitor, have we not?
I actually don't think we did. We did the Parks and Recs, but
All right, so
Well, it was a township.
It was all three.
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
all
Okay.
three. Okay, so just to clarify, Mark Marola will be our solicitor for the Planning Commission, the Park and Rec Board, and the Board of Supervisors. I think that concludes our business for this evening, does it not?
Well, at some point, we're gonna have to talk about advertising or recruiting for all the vacant positions.
Can I wait till Thursday?
What's that?
Can I wait till Thursday?
We can make it wait till Thursday.
Well, I don't know if we
So
should
what-
make it do anything.
What
We are
does
short-staffed
these
here.
days look like for Paula then?
That's for like manager. and
Yeah, like more
assistant.
office staff to start. Didn't we do something with it, or am I thinking we did?
That's no.
Post or
We hired-
full-time?
We hired 2 police.
No, for the office.
So
I thought we approved to a part-time and a full-time, didn't we?
All right, well, let's
The
check
advertising
into,
and-
let's check into
Okay.
that. If it's already approved, do it. If it's not,
Yeah.
we'll reevaluate
Okay.
it Thursday. Does that sound fair, gentlemen,
And-
ladies?
And what do we wanna do about my old position
Manager,
here? Yeah.
we're gonna
I-
make a motion that we look for one, advertise, recruit
I-
one.
I did reach out to a couple of headhunters, and I have one will supply us with a interim manager. He'll also recruit one, but it's 12 grand.
That's a lot of money up front. Let's
I agree for somebody that may or may not.
well, let's advertise, see who applies, keep looking, and we need a manager. A manager is one key at this township.
Well, that's true, but we gotta get the rest of the staff up.
Absolutely. So between now and Thursday, we'll get that all
It's
worked
gonna be
out.
very difficult to get somebody walk in here and then have to train all new staff.
Okay, then I'll entertain a motion here, hearing no other business that needs to come before this board, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
No, I need a motion
Oh,
to.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
We'll get it in a month or two. Or a year.
All right, this meeting stands adjourned. For those who want to stick around, at 7 PM tonight, there'll be a planning commission.
I just was concerned because there apparently were 2 people that said they would take anything, but there was 2 other people that had threatened.
I think we got resolutions.
I was gonna ask you, do you need to sign them now?
Yeah, I don't know. Congratulations. Oh, has the book.
On the environmental, that's not a suggestion that all are welcome to all the committees, and all the meetings. So continue to attend, continue to have input. You don't need to be a formal member of the committee to make a presence, and you guys have made a presence. So don't be disappointed by
You're
that.
right to do what you did, but I just was like I said, you have the right to do what you did. But I was very disappointed that you didn't mention my name with the advertising. That was
But
not
I am getting here. If you wanted to wait.
Pretty much how I got it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, do that.
Shut it up. You wanna sign
I'll
now?
get these over to you.
Sign these resolutions.
I have them and I still have to fill them out before.
Now, come out.
I have pen, I'll.
We do need this sign, Harold.
And I gotta drop off my W-4 as well, if I didn't get that.
We need these signs so that I can see
I'm not sure
it.
I'm leaving, but I do want to step outside for a minute.
I guess it don't matter which one of those signs it does.
Well, I don't know, there's something on this sign. I suppose, yeah.
If it's signed resolutions, yes.
I'm not leaving.
When you get to sign twice.
Scribble that down.
David, well,
So,
if you want to read it, you probably want to.
okay, sounds
Anyone
good.
else?
610.
What's that?
858.
I'm not leaving.
Which is the
DWLD.
auditor one?
So that one,
Ashes,
you gotta do
ashes.
both, because you
Okay.
became secretary now. There's 2 copies of each one.
Awesome.
And
Okay.
then,
Well,
Thank
we
you,
have
ma'am.
some things that we,
so
you know,
will
are
former secretary.
jumping
Oh,
on
that's all me.
aggressively, and we have other
For
things
her,
that we,
yeah.
you know,
That's
want
all
to
for
do.
her.
So,
Maggie, I'm
All you do is
telling
sign twice, literally.
Okay.
people,
And then
more
as
ideas.
for the minutes and all of
The
that,
more the better,
So
you know.
Oh,
I could
absolutely.
probably send
Yeah,
you a
the,
template. I have
like I
templates
said,
for when I did it.
Experience
You
with that. With
Yeah, I still have it.
thousands of
I feel like nothing on that.
Sorry, I would've sent them to you.
I followed your.
Yeah, the
I
format.
followed your path.
And you can kind of do that however you want.
There's, stuff to do
What I'm gonna
also
tell you,
service
don't even
requests.
try to sit here
Church
up
for
here
5 years.
Yeah.
and take it all down, or they're gonna come to you on a vote.
well,
You're
I
gonna
tried
go,
to do
who?
that, and I was like,
No, so here's all I did, here's all I ever did,
I
so
was
sit there,
watching it.
motion second, or that's why I asked him to go in order, he's like, when he was on left, right.
I mean, I get why he did that, but also was like,
Well, normally that like, Chris always used to go left or
Oh,
right,
I'm pretty feisty.
but he was zigzagging me, and I try to keep those records, and then
That sounds
honestly, either
good, yeah.
record it
Right,
on
we'll
your
see what
phone,
happens.
go
I
back to
think the latest
YouTube.
on that was
Yeah.
Listen
that
through
in
it.
December.
A lot of it you can remember.
Jim actually had made a motion.
well,
for
I
the
do want to say
solicitors
thank you so much for
specifically
sending those
looking for
RFPs
the
over
that
today, because
That's
I
okay. They were saying.
Yeah,
I'm
more.
technically like,
When I did everything I needed to
I
have.
couldn't open the RFPs for anything.
Oh, really?
Except for
Oh,
all
in
of-
that system.
She went through
Sorry.
and signed each one, I was like, thank you so much.
Yeah, resolutions?
You need to get this before, as a,
You
you know,
know,
jumping ahead of the curve, you know,
Alright.
like before something comes in, it's become.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of thing that you want to do. You see the lovely garden up there, you know, there's only a couple people.
What else do you need?
Here.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, so
Pleasure.
thank you, David.
All right.
Maybe if there's a township management position open, I can apply.
There you go.
There you go.
I've been there, done that.
Lots of luck to whoever.
Yeah, well,
You know, when you were there, you had 3 other people in the office.
what?
When you were there was 3 other people in the office. There's one.
Since I left, there's been 3 people, yes.
No, I mean.
I was on the board for 9 years,
No.
and straight through, but since I left, you're on the
If you
third or
ever
fourth
need any
manager.
assistance, let me know. I know you're like routing right now.
What is it?
I was trying to get a packet.
Yeah.
Or, because I like to get that, like 3 days.
Yeah.